His breath smells just like a rotting corpse, and his bleeding gums makes me sick to my stomach. My heart broke into a million pieces as I overheard Martha, my wife, the love of my life, telling her best friend how utterly disgusted she was with my gum disease. His teeth are so gross, I'm afraid they'll fall out at any minute. To think I have to take him to family dinners like that. Well, thank God he doesn't speak much anyway. The most horrendous headache in my entire life hit me as I was listening to her. All of a sudden, her words turned into indecipherable mumbles until her voice faded away completely as I blacked out and crashed in front of the bedroom door. Little did I know back then that I was seconds away from dying because of a hidden oral infection. Even though it was the most gut-wrenching experience of my life, I'm thankful for it. I know how crazy it sounds. But you see, that's how I came across an ancient African tribe ritual that is now leaving the entire medical community in complete awe, especially since the Aborigines that have invented it live in mud houses and have no idea what a toothbrush looks like. This ritual proves how easy it is to clear inflammations and infections while rebuilding gums and triggering teeth rejuvenation. And not only that, but it's turning upside down the perspective of top dentists and surgeons on dental repair and regeneration. Now, this recently discovered and inexpensive gums renewal ritual can completely transform your appearance while cementing your teeth. It's cheap and simple and can give you even stronger and whiter teeth than you ever had, no matter how bad your mouth looks right now. No, that's right. No more yellow stains, black cavities, bleeding gums, or sewage breath. The potential of this sacred ritual is currently being confirmed by a growing number of studies from top international institutions like the Washington School of Dentistry or the Hamadan University of Medical Sciences and world-renowned organizations like the National Academy of Sciences. It's an evening ritual that you have to do before brushing your teeth. You can start today, and it costs a couple of pennies a day. Thanks to it, I succeeded in erasing the marks of an advanced periodontal disease in just a few weeks. That's right. After months of torturous surgeries and useless treatments, I gained my health, my dignity, and my confidence back. Going from this to this. All this while my teeth got stronger and brighter than ever, and I escaped the embarrassment of bad breath. Listen, if you brush your teeth every day, go to the dentist, and still have teeth problems, in the next 5 minutes, I'll explain how and why your body has turned against your teeth. Don't worry, it's not an autoimmune disease, but it is your body desperately trying to save your life while sacrificing your teeth. Despite what doctors, big pharma, or commercials have led you to believe, gum disease, tooth decay, or bad breath have nothing to do with how good your oral hygiene is or how strong your teeth are. But with a type of teeth fungus silently corroding at your roots and burning your gums, and no matter what your dentist tells you, not even the most performant, deepest cleaning treatments can destroy this army of acid viruses that are multiplying by thousands each day inside your mouth and crawling through your throat, nose, and airways until they leave poisonous traces all through your body. And once you'll discover what it is not, only will you have the power to completely rebuild your gums and teeth while stopping bleeding and swelling once and for all. But you'll also be able to get rid of bad breath and yellow teeth while saying goodbye to cavities and night grinding. No matter if you're 30, 50, or 70 years old. No matter for how long you've been trying to repair your gums or how advanced your tooth decay is. And no matter what your medical condition is. Just imagine, no more inflamed, bleeding gums or a metallic, bloody taste in your mouth. No more throbbing pain and bad breath. No more risking serious infections or stuffing yourself with expensive painkillers, hoping the pulsating tooth agony will let you breathe for just 1 second. Never having to cover your mouth or feeling embarrassed, and never having to see your spouse or kids turn their heads away when you want to kiss or hug them. Instead, eat whatever you want and brush your teeth without fear. Talk and smile with confidence. Show off your pearly whites, and never, ever set foot in a dental office again. Just like 137,400 other people did. People like Gary B., 57, from Quincy, Massachusetts, who wrote us to say, "Mark, I have to admit, I tried your ritual out of pure desperation. My gums were bleeding and itching constantly, and one of my teeth was moving. I was scared to eat or even open my mouth for that matter. I can't believe how fast your solution worked and how easy it was. If only I had known about it sooner." Or Bernard Simpson, 61, from Springfield, Illinois, who wrote, "I can't stop smiling. I don't feel that awful metallic blood taste in my mouth anymore, and my teeth are whiter and stronger than ever." Thank you, Mark. Bless you and your family. And Peter FS, 45, from Dallas, Texas, who said, "Who has enough money for the dentist? Certainly not me. That's why I always took good care of my teeth, brushing and flossing. Seems it was all in vain. I still got swollen gums and cavities. Now, after 5 years of spitting blood, every time I brushed, my gums and teeth are healthy again. I also got rid of bad breath and cavities. Still, can't believe it." See, these are just a couple of the hundreds of messages from people just like you, people who have already used the ritual I'm about to share. But now, before I give you all the details in the next 5 minutes, I want you to know who I am and why my dirt cheap discovery shook the dental industry to its core while saving thousands of honest Americans the pain and money of going through implants or sickening dental procedures. My name is Mark Hall. I'm 54 years old, and I live with my wife, Martha, in a small town next to Charlotte, North Carolina. For over 30 years, I've been an archaeology professor. Every day I teach my students about how humans lived thousands of years ago and how they live now. Also, analyzing the culture and habits of tribes has been especially rewarding for me. In fact, as you're about to see, had it not been for my teaching job, I wouldn't have come across the African tribe's secret that is now changing the lives of so many people. Until I was 35 years old and moved to a big city for a better paid job, I lived with my wife in a small mountain village. I swear to you, I had horse teeth. I would crack open a hard nut in my mouth and would not even flinch. But 3 years into the new city and I started spitting blood. At first, it was just a little bit every now and then, so I didn't really care for it. I had more important things to think about. My new job, our small daughter. You know how life goes. Well, after the age of 47, not a single day went by without pain. The sad part, it wasn't just one tooth. I felt it in at least 3 places on both sides. A cold ice cream or sweet chocolate could keel me over with pain if I wasn't careful on what side I ate. Then things got worse. Pulsations would come out of nowhere in the middle of the night. I practically became a slave to painkillers. Moreover, I could see some of my colleagues or students were turning their face away or taking one step backwards when I started talking to them. Was my breath so bad? So, even though I was scared as a little child and there was nothing I hated more in the world, I decided to go to the dentist. After the doctor took a quick look into my mouth, the inventory was 7 cavities, 2 of which were so deep that both nerves supporting the teeth had died, which explained my throbbing pain. 3 infected gum pockets, which might have explained my foul breath. A thick block of tartar on most of my teeth, and the worst news, periodontitis, an advanced form of gum disease that untreated would eventually lead to severe inflammations, infections, and teeth falling. I needed root canals, at least 3 crowns, 1 session of deep scaling minimum, and since most likely 2 of my teeth were beyond repair, at least 2 implants, and a bag of expensive antibiotics and painkillers. The total cost of all this? Over $20,000. Imagine that. All my retirement savings and then some. It was clear that everything I earned and money I didn't have would go into his pockets. But all that would be worth it, right? Because eventually he will get me rid of my problems, right? Wrong. As you're about to see soon. No matter how good of a professional he or she is, your dentist is helpless when it comes to gum disease. If only I knew back then what I know now. The only thing that makes it all worth is that you won't have to go through what I went through, spend the money I spent, or endure the horrors that I did. One time, the doctor started the procedure without first making sure that the anesthetic did its job, and it didn't. I could feel every inch of the merciless blade that was cutting through my gums before I fainted on his chair. After countless visits and torturous drilling that give me nightmares even to this day, I was still one step away from complete tooth decay. With every tooth they fixed, another one would become loose or plagued by cavities. After all this ceaseless suffering, what hurt me the most was the fact that my marriage was falling apart. My wife, who for 25 years had melted like butter in my arms, not being able to keep her hands off me, was now distant and cold. Every time I tried to touch or kiss her, she turned her head away, pursing her lips and saying she's too busy for that. For 2 years, I've heard this same excuse. After our daughter, Marie, moved from home, my wife chose to sleep in her room. It crushed my soul and my ego. I had never felt so lonely and small in my life. I honestly had no idea what turned her away from me like that. I thought she was in love with another man, but the reality was far, far worse. One morning, after a night of tossing and turning, both because of my teeth pain, but also because of my situation with Martha, I decided to go and openly confront her. That's when I heard the love of my life saying the most heartbreaking words. His breath smells just like a rotting corpse, and his bleeding gums makes me sick to my stomach. The disgust in her voice devastated me. She was on the phone with her best friend talking about me. His teeth are so gross. I'm afraid they'll fall out at any minute. To think I have to take him to family dinners like that. Thank God he doesn't speak much anyway. The most horrendous headache hit me like a rock, and a numbing sensation took over my entire body. Her ruthless words became a mere murmur until her voice faded away completely as I blacked out and crashed in front of the bedroom door. Next thing I know, I woke up in the ER room. "You're a very lucky man, Mr. Hall. The infection in your body was so bad, I have never seen anything quite like it. You could have died any moment." As the doctor explained, one of my oral infections traveled to the brain. The result? A severe brain abscess. Until you take good care of your teeth, you'll always be at risk. If only he knew my story. I felt so miserable. Even though my wife was standing by my hospital bed, all worried, I knew it was only a matter of time until she would leave me. It also became clear to me why less and less friends came at our dinner parties, or why my daughter was making a face every time I hugged her. While I was at my lowest, one of my best friends came to cheer me up. I'll call him Dr. John to protect his identity. Dr. John was a brilliant chemist and had a PhD in molecular biology. At our university, he was considered the most brilliant mind of our generation. Now, instead of feeling sorry for me or trying to console me, my friend chose to make a little bit of fun of my situation. He brought me a science magazine and showed me an article about the men with the healthiest teeth in the world. Those men belonged to an African tribe hidden in the depths of a forgotten forest. They had no contact with a modern civilization whatsoever. A group of herbalists and scientists accidentally came across their land and were instantly fascinated by their habits and good health, especially their perfect pearly whites. Imagine, these guys never heard of the dentist or toothpaste, and yet their teeth are intact. And you? Look what happened to you. He was right. I was in danger of losing all my teeth under the constant threat of a dangerous infection, and everyone was repulsed by me. This, after spending every single one of my hard-earned dollars at the dentist and basically living in their waiting rooms, hoping they would finally end my misery. While those African Aborigines had perfect teeth even after years of chewing raw food. I hadn't eaten a steak in months out of fear, only mashed potatoes and vegetables. And what did that bring me? From what I could tell, some of my teeth were now loose. I was so angry and frustrated. That's when I took the decision to take the matter into my own hands and find a solution that I could afford. Go to the end of the earth if I had to. I couldn't possibly live like that. Right after getting out of the hospital, I started my research journey. There was one question that kept haunting me in particular. Why, despite the fact that dental technology evolves more and more, do people have worse teeth than before? And not only that, why in the world did that African tribe in the middle of the freaking African jungle have super white teeth? So I decided to spend all my free time in the university library, digging through every corner and turning every page of every book I could find on the matter. Meanwhile, I also did a ton of research online, especially since I was lucky enough to have access to a lot of exclusive scientific databases, thanks to my profession. For 4 weeks, I barely ate or slept, with my heart racing every time I thought I'd found something. But it seemed like it was all in vain. I barely gave up when I came across the controversial article that led me to my scientific breakthrough. It said that according to recent research, all the food we eat nowadays contains a series of toxic or poisonous ingredients that are harmful not only to our bodies, but also to our teeth and gums. Even the food that producers claim is organic or natural still might be contaminated by soil pollutants. Since the mouth is the initial point of contact with our food, everything that you consume reflects on your dental condition. Thus, all that goes into your mouth impacts not only your overall health, but also affects your oral health. Moreover, more and more chemicals are added to what we eat at an alarming pace, and our food is becoming more and more processed. There's a clear link between teeth problems in the last 80 years and toxin-ridden food prevalence. Here are just a few worrying statistics from world-renowned institutions like the National Academy of Science and the University of North Carolina. More than 2,500 chemical substances are intentionally added to foods to modify flavor, color, texture, or cost. In addition, an estimated 12,000 substances can unintentionally enter the food supply. These substances include components of food packaging materials, processing aids, pesticide residues, and drugs given to the animals. An unknown number of chemical contaminants also find their way into food. The most notable are the products of mold growth called mycotoxins, which include the carcinogenic alpha toxins. More than half of the calorie intake in the US, 57.9%, now consist of ultra-processed food. Sugar, the most common enemy of teeth, is found in more than 90% of food today in highly processed forms, not as it used to be in fruits hundreds of years ago. The more I read, the more clear it became to me. Because we have to eat, and nobody can avoid modern food. You're basically doomed to ruin your teeth. Was there really no escape? I kept reading every medical book I could find, and when it came to teeth and gum protection, every single one pointed towards the saliva. You see, normally your saliva should break down every bite and clear it of any harmful substances. Let me explain quickly the incredible thing that saliva does inside your mouth. Your saliva has one main purpose: to protect your teeth and your gums. It acts like a natural cleaner and an eliminator of the harmful bacteria or toxins coming from the foods and drinks that we consume. Saliva is designed to reach every corner of your mouth and go under your gums deeper than any dentist tool ever could. It cleans the place with its antibacterial properties and provides minerals and proteins to support the tissues. To put it simply, our body can fight back gum disease or periodontal disease only through saliva. In fact, this is a crucial fact that most surgeons and dentists miss when it comes to gum disease. Just think about how powerful your saliva is if, as studies have shown, it can clean extremely dirty surfaces even better than the most advertised cleansing gels on the market. You might have also tried to clean a stain off of a surface using your saliva and might have been surprised at how fast it dissolves. Reading this, I asked myself, was there something wrong with my saliva? Was the saliva of African or Aborigines stronger than mine? The answer was right under my nose. According to another statistic from the articles I had found, the highest quality overall of diets in the world are mostly to be found not in rich countries, but instead in Africa, in countries like Nigeria or Guatemala. Suddenly, I was not so surprised why the African Aborigines, who had never seen a dentist in their lives, had way better teeth than the Americans, who spent their life's earnings only to be tortured by ruthless doctors. Their diet had barely seen a toxin or a chemical. It's the same reason why, according to a recent study published in the Science of Nature, cavemen's teeth were healthier than ours. Some of their teeth were dug up in perfect condition after 14,000 years. So where did it all go wrong for Americans? The problem is, the power of our saliva is limited when it comes to modern food. First of all, even though our bodies evolve, they cannot evolve fast enough to keep up with the new pesticides and substances that are added to our foods, especially when it comes to popular fast foods, etc., juices, hamburgers, sauces, which were consumed very little in the past and not consumed at all 1,000 years ago. Worse, when it comes to defense mechanisms, humans have not changed their body defenses for thousands of years. Your food might have changed, but the way in which your body deals with it has not. You still have saliva that was only meant to break down steak and veggies. Now it has to deal with your sundae, the countless artificial flavors in your diet. So we're basically equipped with the same defenses as cavemen were, who had no toothpaste or whatnot. The only difference, their teeth were just fine, even though they had to chew meat and raw grains or nuts and vegetables. Everything they ate was pure. It was not that their saliva was better than ours, but that no saliva is strong enough to deal with the super toxic and artificial substances found in today's food. Even though more teeth-saving solutions appear each day, none can solve the problem because they don't treat the root cause. In fact, and I'm only telling you all this to save you time, pain, and money, here's how much it would cost you to fix your gums at the dentist, and why there's a high chance it will be all for nothing. If only I knew these things from the very beginning. Let's start with gum grafts. About $600 per gum, and with no guarantee whatsoever that it'll work. If your gums are seriously damaged, this could cost you up to thousands of dollars. Even so, the grafts won't stop the new chemicals entering your mouth to cause new damage. Fillings in root canals to save the teeth that were already damaged with prices that range from $500 to $2,000? A lot of money for a lot of pain, and certainly not effective against toxins. Surgery to strengthen the gums, or in medical terms, pocket elimination surgery, costs approximately $6,000. It's only temporary, and the harmful germs are still there. Remove the worst teeth and replace them with implants. An implant costs $4,500. But if you think the price is your biggest problem, think again. You have to wait for a year and a half to know if your dental implant is a success or not. Implants are usually a two-part process. First, putting in the implant, then waiting for the area to heal and covering it with a crown 3 to 4 months later. Then, only if 1 year passes without infections or other complications can you finally breathe a sigh of relief. Moreover, implants are not forever. They usually have a 10-year or less guarantee. Plus, now the harmful toxins and bacteria have a more expensive material to chew on. In addition to all these, there's another critical thing you need to know before even thinking about an implant. If your gums are damaged, they cannot support new teeth. That's right. Let's say you have all the money in the world. If your gums are not strong enough, they can't hold your implant. One can also put their hopes into modern magical solutions. Let's say a new miracle toothpaste appears every now and then, or a new type of filling. Do you really think it stands a chance against the new tins of chemicals that appear every single day? No wonder people have it worse and worse when it comes to teeth. Worst of all, the stuff dentists use also contains chemicals that can actually destroy the natural mouth flora permanently. The result? You become a slave to the dentist. As Professor Walmsley, a leading dental expert at Birmingham University, said that once a dentist has gone into a tooth, they may accidentally damage another tooth. Moreover, our bodies sense the toxins in our mouth, trapped by the food we chew, and send, as an immune response, an army of antitoxins. To sum things up, the body doesn't care about the teeth anymore. It just wants to get rid of the poisonous elements. The army of antitoxins the body sends is very powerful and corrosive to the teeth. They begin to destroy the enemies in the mouth, but also eat away the gums and teeth. All in all, your teeth and gums are being attacked from two sides. Your body sends the antitoxins from the inside to the teeth, thus corroding your gums and roots, while the external toxins in food attack our teeth's enamel, cracking it relentlessly, and thus form cavities. Both are like small drops of acid that cause burns to your gums, making them bleed. Seriously now, can one scale and a visit to the dentist fight millions of small, voracious, poisonous chemicals that enter our mouth multiple times a day? Or stop the army of multiplying antitoxins your body sends? Think about the moment you get back at home and have your first drink or bite of food. The attack on your teeth begins instantly. The food releases toxins in the mouth, prompting your body to release the antitoxins. It's a vicious cycle. Realizing all these, I felt lost. Of course, I had discovered the main culprit behind all my problems, but had absolutely no idea how to get rid of it. Well, at least I can now tell my good friend, Dr. John, why the African Aborigines who never paid a cent on toothpaste have superior teeth. Little did I know back then, that was the best thing I could do. What do you mean you have no idea what to do? The solution is right under your nose, and it's revolutionary. Not only was Dr. John amazed by my findings, but he could see everything that I couldn't because of my exhaustion. According to him, the plan was clear. We had to find both modern and natural ingredients that can neutralize the chemical and toxins. Basically, create a healing substance that would act as an undefeatable, detoxifying modern saliva. The plan was crystal clear. First, we would start with the organic plants and ingredients that the African Aborigines consumed, track down their main compounds and source them only from natural herbs. Then, mix them with modern ingredients that had been proven to work against toxins and chemicals. We also realized we needed a formula that would have the same properties of saliva, easily and rapidly reach every single corner of the mouth, especially gum pockets. Be extremely bioabsorbable so it can act fast and overcome the rapid spread of toxins. Zero pain and stress on the gums and teeth. Therefore, minimally invasive. That's when we decided the gum healing recipe should come in the form of an ultra-rapid dropper. Putting a few drops of this organic liquid inside the mouth cavity and swirling it with saliva for 5 seconds should be enough to have a great impact. Since it was clear we made an amazing team, and since Dr. John had also been dealing with bleeding gums for years and certainly didn't want to ever be in my shoes, no offense, we decided to work together. I, coming up with the list of ingredients after my in-depth research on the latest scientific discoveries and on the African tribes' sacred herbs. Him with an incredible knowledge on chemistry, testing every possible interaction between the saliva and the various plants and compounds we selected. We worked night after night, testing until dawn inside a laboratory that Dr. John had secretly rented from a colleague. We made sure that we got the right quantities and the most effective combination of ingredients until we finally created that all-powerful, 100% natural, detoxifying, and highly active dropper supplement. By now, you must be very curious and anxious to find out what this ultimate solution contains, and most importantly, how does it work, and why does it work so incredibly well? Here's a short step-by-step explanation of each one of the powerful ingredients used and the effects they have on your gums, teeth, and whole body. Step 1. Rapid stabilization. Stop the inflammation, bleeding, and pain while tightening your gums with the ER team. In order for a complete recovery to start, you first need to fix the major critical issues: swallowing, bleeding, and painful loose gums and teeth. Our first 4 ingredients, or as Dr. John calls them, the ER team, do just that. Please note that each of the following herb, vitamins, and minerals comes in an advanced bioabsorbable form that allows the body to suck them like a dry sponge and use them to their fullest potential. First, the bleeding stops with potassium. Potassium is a crucial mineral in blood clotting when it comes to recovering from any surgery or deep wound. It also stops the demineralization of the tooth structure, which means your teeth are immediately shielded against further decay and loss of bone density. Second, collagen heals the gums around exposed roots, a protein that is not only responsible for firm, elastic skin, but also essential for the strength of our gums and healing. As we age, our existing collagen breaks down and gets harder for the body to produce new ones, especially when dangerous chemicals are melting the stalks away. New research demonstrates that collagen is able to enhance gum healing, bind your teeth together, and keep them firmly in place. This resulted in thicker margins around the tooth and, in over half the cases, complete coverage of exposed roots. Dr. Schlee, one of the experiment coordinators, described the results. In all cases, It improved the look and severity of the recession, and in over half of all treatments resulted in total coverage of the exposed root. We would not have expected any of these patients to get better without surgery. Third, vitamin A stimulates the saliva for faster healing and bacteria cleansing. Vitamin A is responsible for keeping salivary glands active and flowing, which in turn wash away the chemicals and toxins that keep your gums and teeth weak. A part of the plaque is already being removed in this stage. Fourth, vitamin C. Vitamin C strengthens your gums and the soft tissue in your mouth while preventing your teeth from loosening. In fact, periodontal disease has been clearly associated with low vitamin C in multiple studies. Only 18% of the orally ingested vitamin C is absorbed in our bloodstream when taken from food, so you surely need to supplement. But this vitamin is only rapidly broken down and synthesized by our body in liquid form. So when it comes to supermarket supplements or pills, trust us. Your gums just can't afford the time for them to have an effect, if any at all. That's one of the reasons why we chose droplets. Step 2, the total cleanse. Completely detoxify and power up against bacteria, chemicals, and the toxins with the Tribal 5. It's time for the sacred tribal ingredients to take over. Neem, an evergreen tree, has been called a panacea in dentistry, as it has the amazing ability to solve multiple dental issues. Its antibacterial, antiviral, and anti-inflammatory properties have been proven since ancient times to treat gingival problems. It does not only follow the voracious acidic germs in every single gum pocket and corner of the mouth until it annihilates them, it has also been proven to work as an effective oral deodorant and strong toothache reliever. The African Aborigines often chewed on his twigs or leaves before going to sleep in order to unwind after a long day of hard work, which made us understand it was also their form of washing their teeth before bed. That's why the neem extract from our formula comes from the same trees their tribal toothbrushes come from. Next, sage. In a 2015 study, researchers found that sage mouthwash significantly lowered the number of bacteria that caused dental plaque. No wonder our Aborigines had sparkly clean teeth, considering they used to drink a small hot bowl in the morning to get energized. Worldwide, there are 700 types of sage, but only one has such dramatic effects when it comes to purifying your mouth and body. Licorice and elderberry were also among the tribe's favorites. Once we found tens of clinical studies on their incredible properties, we understood why. Elderberry, more precisely the Sambucus nigra species, is useful due to its antimicrobial and antiviral activities, helping your immune system to face and block any harmful germs. As for licorice, this root stunned Washington scientists during tests when it exterminated the major bacteria responsible for tooth decay in both adults and children. Its compounds also destroyed the major bacteria responsible for dental cavities. We also added cinnamon as soon as we realized mints are nothing when it comes to breath freshening if you compare it with this beloved spice. While mint can only cover the smell, cinnamon specifically attacks and wipes out those precise bacteria that cause bad breath. We were even more surprised to find out it also kills antibiotic-resistant viruses and fungi. However, it needs to come in its purest medicinal form, not the one that you can find on the supermarket shelves, which can be used only to add flavor to your food at most. Supermarket cinnamon is also treated with all sorts of chemicals, which might make it safer for long-term storage, but it destroys all of its healing properties. Step 3, fast reconstruction. Rebuild and reinforce your gums, jawbones, and smile with the Architects. As you might know, Calcium plays the main role in making the jaw bones healthy and holding your teeth inside firm gums. Micro-encapsulated calcium is a special type of calcium that does the job at least 3 times faster because it comes with the smallest particles. Therefore, it can move quicker inside your body and reconstruct a tooth in no time. However, there's a big catch when it comes to calcium. You cannot make sure it goes into your mouth and teeth unless you have 3 helpers. You can think about it as having the finest marble in the world. Unless you have skillful construction workers, even the best material becomes worthless. Worse, if you have high levels of calcium into your bloodstream, it may end up circulating aimlessly until it gets deposited in your joints, arterial walls, and even your heart tissue. In time, you increase your risk for cardiovascular disease. That's why calcium needs phosphorus, vitamin D, and K2 to be correctly absorbed and directed to the right places. The result? Maximum bone strengthening benefits and a hard structure during growth. As much as 85% of your body's phosphorus content lies in your teeth and bones. If you brush and floss your teeth regularly but still experience tooth decay or problems with your jaw bones, you may lack phosphorus. No wonder more phosphorus means less dental problems. Moreover, it's known to illuminate your teeth because it repairs their coating. Vitamin D, aside from drastically decreasing inflammation, regulates the body's balance of calcium and phosphorus and empowers absorption to speed up the rebuilding of your smile. Vitamin D also regenerates your hair, nails, and skin. Vitamin K2, a little-known fat-soluble vitamin but essential for strong-lasting teeth, works along with vitamin D to move calcium out of your bloodstream and into your bones. Additionally, vitamin K2 can also swipe away plaque and prevent it from forming again. Step 4. The absolute defense. Bulletproof against dangerous chemicals and prevent tooth decay 100% with the X-Army. MSM, the commander of our X-Army, is a modern compound extracted from certain green plants, considered by more and more doctors to be vital when it comes to dental recovery and long-term health. Also called the king of receding gums, as it produces long-lasting connective tissue, continues to stun surgeons because it has already helped many people avoid dental surgeries. Xylitol, a healthy carb that looks and tastes like sugar, but has up to 50% fewer calories and doesn't raise blood sugar levels, is now breaking scientific records in tooth decay prevention. Human studies demonstrate that xylitol reduces cavities and infections by up to 85% while wiping out the Streptococcus mutans, the bacteria that speeds up plaque formation. What matters the most when it comes to xylitol is the plant from where it's sourced, in our case, from Asian birch wood. Last but not least, peppermint. We found a very strong variety that grows in the Moroccan mountains. It cleans any trace of left plaque and has a constant cooling effect, so you can always feel fresh. Plus, in its liquid concentrated form, it has remarkable results when it comes to teeth whitening. If these ingredients were so amazingly powerful by themselves, we could only imagine what happened when you combine them in a convenient yet potent dropper. Of course, I was the very first one to try it. I just had to use the dropper once a day before bedtime. Put a drop or two under my tongue and swirl it with a good amount of my saliva for 3 to 5 seconds. Why did I have to do it like this? Because it's your saliva that can get this life-saving formula everywhere at once. No other delivery system can beat your own. You use the natural system of the body to save your teeth. No pain, no foul taste, piece of cake. Really, after the first 3 days, I didn't feel a thing. I was a bit discouraged, I have to admit, but Dr. John was there to lift my spirit. But when I woke up at the end of the first week, Something had clearly changed. There was no more blood after brushing. I just couldn't believe that. I mean, for the first time in years, I wasn't spitting blood anymore. Not even a pinkish shade on the toothpaste. The following days, I just couldn't believe my eyes. More than half of the plaque had disappeared and my teeth looked whiter. And then, one evening, a miracle happened. My loose tooth wasn't moving anymore. Seeing my progress, we posted an announcement and gathered a list of 30 people from the university, Dr. John included, who suffered from various forms of gum disease, and asked them to discreetly test out our side effect-free organic liquid. They each received a daily report form to follow their progress. I was prepared to wait at least 2 weeks for the initial reports to come back, but what happened exceeded even our wildest dreams. Even after a couple of days, we were getting call after call from everyone in the study claiming their gums and teeth felt like in their youth. Dr. John was even more shocked at how quickly his gum swelling and teeth pains went away. I, for one, continued to wake up one morning with no ache, no metallic taste in my mouth, and get this, no bad breath. Faster than I thought, my gums tightened back up and completely reattached to my teeth. It was like my gum disease had never happened. My life was completely normal again. I could finally smile, eat whatever I pleased, and kiss my wife whenever I wanted. When we went to collect the final reports from the other subjects in our initial study, the results we saw were astounding. Not a single person reported tooth pain, gum inflammation, plaque, bad breath, or loose teeth. To think all they had to do to refresh and revitalize their entire mouth was to use a pain-free dropper. It was clear we couldn't keep this life-saving treatment all to ourselves, especially since everyone kept asking us for more magic drops for them and for their closest ones. We surely needed to make our discovery accessible to as many people as possible. After all, our gum and teeth reviving organic solution was a work of art. Highly absorbable, side effect free, but also powerful enough to fight thousands of acid chemicals. But our enthusiasm was curbed by a new problem. If we were to produce it ourselves, we had to spend days trying to source the purest ingredients from all over the world and thousands of dollars to buy them. Then weeks to extract them from plants. At the end, we had to adjust the ratios with incredible precision. The result, we would have enough droppers to last 40 people for a week or so. We needed a much better plan. We thought that if we bought the ingredients in bulk and contacted a large, modern, yet discreet manufacturing facility in the USA that could take care of everything, we could produce this potent mixture in the quantity we wanted and in the form of an ultra-rapidly absorbed dropper. So we started our chase for manufacturing facilities. When it came to the quality of ingredients and herbs, I had one non-negotiable request. They need to be the real thing. Pure, sourced from local growers that let plants naturally reach their full maturity and use no herbicides. 100% effective, prepared the right way and in the right amount in order to keep their properties intact. Safe, processed under strict sterile standards with regularly disinfected equipment. You wouldn't believe how many counterfeits are on the market. I remember we jumped for joy when we found a facility that was both FDA registered and GMP certified. That had a high-level disinfection policy to keep any germs or viruses at bay. Yes, including the most dangerous ones. Since the proprietary blend was 100% natural, I didn't have to wait for approval to make the first batch. We called the dropper Dentitox Pro, the only 100% natural blend that addresses the root cause of gum disease, cavities, and tooth decay. The acidic toxins and chemicals found in processed foods. We've sourced the purest, highest quality 16 plant extracts and vitamins and put the exact quantities into an easy to use, ultra fast mouth dropper. Every single drop is manufactured in the USA in our FDA-approved and GMP-certified facility under sterile, strict, and precise standards. We are regularly disinfecting the equipment used to process the ingredients and package our bottles. Dentitox Pro Dropper is non-GMO and safe. It does not contain any dangerous stimulants or toxins, and it's not habit-forming. And even though erasing the effects of gum disease and getting rid of bad breath is as easy as ABC, the formula is more powerful than any toothpaste, pills, or intervention out there, because it does not only target every single trace the poisonous chemicals have left on your gums while strengthening your teeth and whitening your smile, it also detoxifies your entire body from head to toe, without you needing to pay a single penny on treatments or intervention that barely have any effect. 137,400 people and counting. I've already transformed their gums and rejuvenated their teeth with Dentitox Pro. People like Janice K, 51, from Buffalo, New York, who says, "I always got throbbing gum infections and feared the worst. Not anymore. I am so happy I could dance." My husband also says, "I'm not grinding my teeth in my sleep anymore." Or Tommy Buck, 57, from Scranton, Pennsylvania, who wrote us, "This dropper is the best. Easy to use, zero pain and stress-free. 1 to 2 drops under my tongue, and it's done. My gums and teeth have never looked better." And Alicia Sally, 49, from Memphis, Tennessee, who says, "If only everything was as simple as using Dentitox Pro. I absolutely love it. No more pain, no more fearing that I'll end up at the dentist paying money that I don't have." Good job, Mark. All you have to do in order to experience the same amazing results in your oral health is to start using this highly absorbable, convenient dropper as soon as possible. The solution is much simpler than you think, and you can get access to everything in the next 90 seconds. Now, knowing all of this, it's obvious why Dentitox Pro dominates any other option to fixing gum disease. Nothing else out there proves to work long term. Instead, Dentitox Pro is a completely natural and 100% effective way of destroying the toxic chemicals that are now corroding your roots and causing small but incredibly dangerous burns to your gums and teeth, sentencing you to tooth decay. Of course, you could go to a dentist who will torture you with sick plaque cleaning methods like dental scaling. These sadist methods can't reach the root cause of your gum disease and eliminate the toxic chemicals. The next time you'll eat food again, they will reappear, making those agonizing drilling hours useless. Or maybe your dentist will talk you into expensive, lengthy treatments like gum grafts or pocket elimination surgery. No doctor can guarantee they work. And good luck getting your insurance to cover the cost of thousands of dollars. When no treatment will pay off, your doctor might suggest you to replace your worst teeth with implants that cost $4,500 a pop. If only money was the only problem here. You'll have to wait 1.5 years just to see if the operation was a success. Not to mention, the chemical toxins can cause an infection around the implant and kill your investment just like that. Plus, implants are not forever. They usually have a 10-year or less guarantee. You could put your hopes inside special toothpaste or fake gum strengthening creams, but let's be serious. They'll never be strong enough to be that cure-all you're wishing for. So much distress, so much money wasted, all for nothing. They won't get you well in 1,000,000 years because they are powerless against the real root cause of your gum disease. Unlike Dentitox Pro that can get the job done in less than a few weeks while keeping your gums and teeth safe from future dental disorder. Now, if you're ready to say yes to this big change, you first need to ask yourself, how much is it worth to you to be in full control of the way you feel and look? No fears, no health risk, and all your colleagues and friends dumbfounded by your perfect smile, begging for your secret? Just take a second. Imagine how much that would be worth. $100,000? $10,000? $5,000? Even though Dr. John recommended I sell a 30-day supply of Dentitox Pro for no less than $997, considering the 2 years of research, work, and tests that we've invested in this perfectly concentrated dropper. And even though my wife suggested $597, seeing how I'm a whole new person now, while our suppliers would have asked for $397 just for the high quality of the ingredients. And even though many of the 137,400 people who got to experience Dentitox Pro said they would gladly pay triple, thinking how pleasantly easy it is to use. This isn't about money for me. I'll never forget what I felt when I heard Martha saying she could barely look at me because of my bleeding gums and bad breath. Nor will I forget the fear of knowing I am prone to oral infections that can lead to a brain abscess at any second, or the endless, horrendous throbbing pain that I've been through, pain that no pill in the world could fix. I never wanted anyone to feel as angry and helpless as I did. That's why I'll never ask for $597 or $397 or half of that. I just want to cover the cost of the ingredients and keep this site running for as long as I can. Even though I'll have to charge $99 for one bottle of Dentitox Pro soon, and one bottle is surely a lot less than a visit to the dentist, and you don't run the risk of facial nerve damage as it's 100% side effect free. Only while this website remains online, which may not be that long given the incredible threat it poses to big pharmaceutical companies and dental conglomerates, you can get your very own 30-day supply of Dentitox Pro for a one-time, 100% risk-free investment of $69. That's right, just $69. And that's not all. If you order 3 or 6 month packages, we'll give you an even bigger discount. Here's why. Both I and Dr. John have seen the effects of Dentitox Pro on a lot of patients and have run a lot of tests. That's why we recommend you put 1 to 2 drops under your tongue for at least 90 days, just to make 100% sure there's not a single trace of toxins left in your gum pockets, mouth, or body. Honestly, we cannot estimate exactly how many chemicals have accumulated at this point, nor how many toxins are blocked inside the gum pockets, eating at your roots. This depends on many factors, like on the strength of your immune system, your food choices, or where you live. That's why, as a rule of thumb, after seeing the positive results of more than 137,400 people, we recommend you take at the very least 3 bottles, especially since it could take more than 75 days to make sure your entire mouth, throat, and body are completely detoxified and clean. Also, 3 bottles bulletproof your entire system, strengthen and teach your saliva to immediately obliterate any acidic chemical that will dare touch your gums. Or, if you want to turn back the clock on all of your teeth by cementing your roots and whitening your smile while making sure you're protected against any other oral disease, 6 bottles of Dentitox Pro are all you'll need. Besides, there's one more crucial thing that you need to know. Missing just 1 day of Dentitox Pro might compromise weeks of progress. Each day when you look in the mirror, you'll be seeing a strong set of teeth and clean pink gums. You'll be feeling healthier and more confident than in years. But if you hit the stop button on the detoxifying ingredients of Dentitox Pro for just one day, it might take weeks or even months to get them working at full capacity again. Until then, the chemicals might multiply and cause harm again. So, you might lose some of the benefits. Not going to lie to you. So don't risk running out of Dentitox Pro. Please take into account that Dentitox Pro is selling incredibly fast, and once it'll be sold out, it will take us 6 to 9 months to produce a new batch, as we're willing to accept only the purest ingredients. Otherwise, its efficiency would be compromised. Of course, we're committed to support you every way that we can. So we're going to let you order a batch of 3 bottles or 6 bottles for a huge discount. You won't be seeing Dentitox Pro anywhere in stores, so secure your stocks now at the lowest possible price. Plus, with every order made today, you also get free shipping. Now, how does that sound? Take a look below. Once you order, you'll be taken to a secure checkout page. Just fill in your payment details using a credit card, debit card, or PayPal. Immediately after you fill in your information and confirm your order, your bottles of Dentitox Pro will be shipped for free right to your doorstep. If you order the 3 bottles or 6 bottle packages, which we recommend as we estimate will run out of stock anytime soon, you'll also take advantage of a huge discount. Just click below to select your package. Your order today is a one-time payment with no subscription or hidden charges. All you need to keep in mind is that Dentitox Pro can be found only on this page and is not available for purchase anywhere else. This is your only chance to grab this exclusive formula. Once again, Dentitox Pro is selling very fast, and once it will be sold out, it will take us 6 to 9 months to restock on the rare ingredients and produce another batch. Plus, remember that missing one day of Dentitox Pro can compromise a full month of progress. So if I were to give you just one piece of advice, this would be, don't risk running out of Dentitox Pro. Listen, by 2025, it's estimated that the dental market will exceed $40 billion. That's more money than one can count. No wonder big dental cosmetic companies have been mercilessly hunting down anyone who dares to make public a natural, easy alternative solution to their overpriced, useless services and brands. I'm getting threats almost every day. After all I've been through, risking your family's safety is not something that you can do for a long time, as you can imagine. Please make your choice today while this site is still up. If you're skeptical, we totally understand. You've tried a lot of methods, you spent a lot of money, went through so much pain, and nothing worked. I am so confident that Dentitox Pro works that I'm going to give you our ironclad 60-day money-back guarantee. If you don't experience any dramatic improvement, or if you're not content for any reason whatsoever, we will issue a full refund, no questions asked. All you need to do is contact us within the first 60 days from your purchase. It doesn't matter if you used up the entire bottle, we will still give you your money back. This means you have 2 whole months to decide if Dentitox Pro is for you or not. No hidden fees or subscriptions, just a safe and secure, one-time, simple health investment. Choose the package you want below. Listen, when you think about it, you really only have 2 choices ahead of you right now. Option 1, stop following this presentation and leave this page. Do nothing. Keep going the way you are now, with your gums always sore and itchy, one step away from life-threatening infections. Live in pain, fear, and embarrassment for months, maybe even years or decades. It's not going to be pleasant. Option 2, risk nothing at all today. Grab Dentitox Pro right now and you'll be surprised at how well it works. So just click below to make your choice, enter your payment details on our secure order form, and place the order now. We'll immediately ship your bottles directly to your home. Every order comes with free US shipping, no matter where you live. I can't wait for you to experience every single benefit that Dentitox Pro has to offer. Still here? Great. I wanted to take a second and answer the most common questions I get about Dentitox Pro. I just want to make sure that you feel 100% comfortable with your decision to order today. Number 1, how and why does Dentitox Pro work? Well, the way this works is pretty simple, actually. Recent research shows that all the modern food we eat contains a series of toxic chemicals that are not only harmful to our bodies, but also to our teeth and gums. The chemicals are like small drops of acid that corrode your roots while causing small burns to your gums, making them bleed. Unfortunately, the natural cleanser of our mouth, saliva, is not strong enough to deal with these super toxic and artificial substances found in today's food. Dentitox Pro gathers both modern and sacred ingredients that have the power to quickly clear your body, teeth, and gums of harmful chemicals. 2, is Dentitox Pro safe? Dentitox Pro has been designed for all ages and medical conditions. Addressing the root cause of gum disease and teeth decay, the toxic chemicals hidden in our modern food, eating at your roots is the most important thing you can do today for long-lasting results now and well into old age. Dentitox Pro has high-quality natural ingredients manufactured in FDA-approved facilities under sterile, strict, and precise standards. Each of the ingredients that goes into Dentitox Pro is tested for purity and to ensure against toxins and contaminants. So, rest assured, it's safe. As always, if you currently have a medical condition or you're taking other prescription medication, we advise you to show a bottle of this dropper to your doctor before you take it, just to put your mind at ease. 3, how and when should I take Dentitox Pro? Putting a few drops of this organic liquid inside the mouth cavity and swirling it with saliva for 5 seconds should be enough to have a great impact. We recommend you put 1 or 2 drops of Dentitox inside the mouth and swirl it with saliva for 5 seconds daily, either in the morning or in the evening, for a powerful deep toxin cleanse that clears your entire body, gums, and teeth. Number 4, what if it doesn't work for me? Can you tell me about the guarantee again? The more results we see, the stronger we believe Dentitox Pro has the power to completely transform your gums and teeth. It's true, though, that nothing works for 100% of the people who try it, as each body works in its own way. That's why every bottle of Dentitox Pro comes with an ironclad 60-day money-back guarantee. If for any reason you aren't fully satisfied with the results, you can just return what you haven't used for a full, no question asked refund. 5, how long will this supplement be available to the public? Well, I'm not really sure, but history has shown us that the dental care industry is not afraid to spend millions of dollars in legal fees to remove something that threatens its very existence. After all, it makes sense. Wouldn't you spend $1 million in lawyer costs to protect the $40 billion per year you make? So, all you have to do today is click below. Fill in your payment details on our secure order form and submit your order. I can't wait to hear your success story.